Hey guys, it's Rudy C's. As promised, I am going to do my little review of Actemra. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the generic name of it, so sorry. I went the first of this month. I think it was the first. It was on a Monday. Anyway, I went to get my infusion, and it took them 3 hours to do it all, and I think next time it'll be a lot shorter because I got there and then they had to order the medication, and then they had to fill the medication, and then they had to go pick it up from the pharmacy, and then they had to come up to me, and then they had to run something through me, and then the Actemra, and then I had to wait there for like 30 minutes after it was all said and done. So I think next time maybe they'll have my medication ready and I won't have to do all those other waiting. I don't know. I did get to know some people in there, and it really put my situation in perspective to other people's. You know, I saw people in there saying, oh no, don't do it in that arm today, you did that on Friday, do it in this one. And then as they left, it was like, okay, I'll see you Wednesday. And I realized that that is their life. Going and getting medication is their entire life. And I felt, wow, I shouldn't be complaining about 3 hours of my life, you know. Wow. But I did meet an amazing guy that sat next to me, and he was going through chemo, and he talked my head off, and he was really, really cool. He had a lot of good perspectives on life, you know. And he was a little sweet old man, but anyway, so I got my infusion that Monday, and during the infusion, towards the end of it, it takes about an hour to get to fully go through that little bag thing. Yeah, it took it about an hour, and I'd say about 45 minutes into it, 3/4 of the way done. I'm sorry, I have indigestion right now, I don't know why. I started getting nauseous and kind of like, oh, I don't like this feeling, you know, but I've had that feeling before when they have to inject like contrast into me for an MRI or something. So I just took a couple deep breaths through my nose, out through my mouth, and just, oh, and it passed. So I didn't even bother telling them. I probably should have, but I didn't. And then after they were done, they took the IV out, and I had to wait for 30 minutes. I keep wanting to say 45 because I left it, it was like 12:45 or I don't know, but 30 minutes. I had to wait for 30 minutes to make sure I wasn't going to die from this medication. No, I had to wait for 30 minutes just to make sure I wasn't getting some allergic reaction or something was happening, you know. And everything was fine. I just sat down and chilled and watched the crap about North Korea, you know. And I left there not feeling any different, you know. I was stiff and sore because I had been sitting for, actually it took 4 hours that time. I'd been sitting in the same position for 4 hours, so of course I was nice and stiff and sore, and yeah. So then I went to work right afterwards, and I stayed there an hour and a half, and I had to go home because it's like a train just came in and smashed me. I felt like nothing. All of my energy just completely depleted. I couldn't focus, I couldn't do anything. And so I called my rheumatologist and I said, and they were on lunch, but I left a message saying, hey, I had my Actemra infusion a couple hours ago, and now I feel like the life has just been sucked out of me. I can't do anything. And I called my friend with RA that's been through a lot of different treatments as well to see if, am I having a reaction to it? What should I do? Am I going to die? I knew I wasn't going to die, but it sure felt like it at the time. And I called my mommy, and I finally called the infusion center. And they said, oh, well, next time you need to take a Benadryl before you have your Actemra. I was like, okay, I can do that. I guess they'll give you a Benadryl before you get it or something. But she said just you need to go home and rest and take a Benadryl until it passes. And I said, okay. So I went home, took a Benadryl, and just crashed. I could do nothing but sleep. I would wake up for 5 minutes to drink a sip of water, and I would just, I was so exhausted. It was so weird. The next day, my rheumatologist called me back and said that was normal to just rest, don't do anything. So I couldn't, but And then, what was it? The next day, I still felt pretty washed out, and I didn't make it to my first class, and my second class I slept through. I did. And then it was Wednesday, I think it was. Yeah, it was Wednesday when I woke up and it was pouring rain outside. It's one of those days that normally would take you 2 hours just to get out of bed. But I popped out of bed. There was so little swelling, like, in my joints, and I wasn't stiff, and I honestly felt so good at that moment. I was like, oh my god, I should go run or something, but I didn't, because I knew, I can't do that yet, but, and I got to work, and I went up the stairs, and this is the first time in 6 years that I have been able to go up those steps, and my knees and ankles did not give me any trouble, did not give out on me at all. And I was, that feeling, oh my goodness, victory! And I ran in and told my coworkers, and they were just like, oh, yay! So, it was a really good day. The next day was like that as well, and I was still fighting the fatigue a little bit, but I felt so great physically that it kind of canceled out any fatigue that I had, so I was like, yeah. But then came this Monday, 1 week after the infusion, and everything was back to normal. It kind of wore off really quickly. I have a theory that it'll get better, like, you're putting new stuff into your, I'm no doctor, but if you put new stuff into your body, I think your body just tries to get rid of it, and if you just keep putting it in, then your body's just like, oh, okay, I guess I should accept this. So I'm hoping that as I go on, I will feel that great for longer periods of time. And I do think they should make a little Actemra patch that you could just, like, stick on your arm when you need a little bit of extra help, moving. But yeah, I mean, right now it's back to normal. It's the fatigue, the stupid swollen joints and pain. Ugh, the pain. But yeah, so far that's been my experience with Actemra. I will give an update next month to see if anything changes, see if that period of 4 or 5 days lasts a little bit longer. So if you guys have any comments or questions about Actemra, please feel free to message me or leave them in the comments. I will do my best to get back to you. But yeah, good luck, you guys.